Go.
Hello, my people. It's your Negro with Aptitude and host of the Blackboard, Mickey Lee. By God's grace, we've made it into a new week, and I hope yours is off to a great start. Welcome to Money Mondays, the weekly series where we celebrate and showcase Black and African entrepreneurs and professionals from a wide gambit of industries. We also discuss financial matters, real estate, and other issues related to your getting that bag or keeping that bag, like this week's topic. The CDC bans evictions. Or can they? CDC Director Dr. Robert Redfield has just recently signed a declaration determining that evictions of tenants could be detrimental to public health control. In other words, he has signed a declaration basically stating that throwing people out during this age of the pandemic could cause further public health crises and make it difficult to control flare-ups with the pandemic. Now, if you viewed some of my other videos, then you know that as far as I'm concerned, this is not a pandemic, but a planned-demic or a scam-demic. The data clearly shows that you have a much better chance of getting cancer than you do COVID-19. I am not one of these people who runs around and says there is no virus. I am simply saying there is no crises. That said, whatever can be done in this situation to help people stay in their homes is a good idea. After all, a lot of these people were working like myself. I had my own business and I'm in the process of rebuilding that business now. But folks were working until people decided that what was a health concern should be a crisis, and a global crisis at that, which has shut down the economy of most of the world's countries. But I digress. Back to the topic. So CDC Director Dr. Robert Redfield signed this declaration, supposedly making it more difficult for folks to be evicted. Well, it all depends on where you live. I'm going to drop the link for the declaration form in the description box, so make sure you check it out. And if you or someone you know is going through this situation, then you please be sure to share this video and share that information. What you need to know about the declaration, though, is a few things. So we're going to take a closer look at it right now. Essentially, the declaration is for tenants, lessees, or residents of residential properties who are covered by the CDC's order temporarily halting residential evictions, not foreclosures, but evictions. The idea is that if you can prove that you've lost your job and you have no other means to support yourself, you have no other means of income, you cannot pay the rent, you would wind up living with someone else or being evicted into the streets. This gives a temporary moratorium and blocks any eviction process through December 30th, 2020. You are still required to pay rent to the extent that you can and follow all the other terms of your lease. But if you can prove that you have extreme hardship, and again, you're out of a job, you've been trying to find a job, you don't have any other means of income to pay your rent or support yourself, an eviction would force you to be living on the street or living with someone else. Then this declaration, if you file the declaration and give a copy of it to your landlord, this is supposed to halt the evictions. However, it really depends on where you live. If you are in a landlord-friendly state such as Texas, also Florida, there are issues rising in North Carolina right now, then chances are you will still be evicted. Especially if you do not have a lawyer like a legal aid society or somebody like that to help you navigate this process, which isn't a lot of steps from what it looks like, but it is filling out the information correctly and make sure you're filing the information correctly with your landlord. If you are in a tenant-friendly state, like California, for example, then this could buy you the time that you need. I'm going to, as I said a moment ago, put the link for the CDC form in the description box. I'll also put a couple of links to stories covering this issue. If you or someone you know needs this help, please be sure to pass on this information and pass on the video as well. From what I can see from the research I've done, it's best that you try to get somebody, a lawyer or someone from a legal aid society, to help you file this form correctly. So if an eviction process is attempted on you, then all of your dots are checked. But again, it will largely depend on which state you live in. All right, folks, that's it for Money Mondays this week. Remember, if you'd like to be a guest on Money Mondays and you have a business, please contact me at the BLACKboard at gmx.com. And I'm going to leave that information in the description box as well. Have a great week, and we'll see you again on Wednesday for Waste Not Wednesdays.